I love what the title of the book is, too. Can you explain? The fireboxes has to do with old locomotives, right?
Yeah,
Trains.
Yeah, so the Firebox Principle is all about old locomotives. Every locomotive has a steam engine in it, and it's called a firebox. And you fuel it with something. So as a leader, we need to know what fuels our firebox, that motivates us from the inside.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
But of course, there could be mistakes along the way. So we're using superheroes to kind of talk through some of these mistakes, and you'll explain a little bit. So 5 mistakes that even superhero makes. We're going to start with the first one, which we're calling the SpiderMan snafu. Explain what this one is.
Exactly. So most people think that superheroes are great at saving the world by themselves, but they make terrible leaders. They're terrible. So the SpiderMan snafu is hiding behind a mask.
Okay.
You have to be too mysterious. And we know that in the world right now, people demand authenticity more than they ever have before. So don't hide behind a mask. Don't be mysterious.
Right. Don't try and be someone that you're not,
Exactly.
too, I imagine.
That's exactly right.
All right. So the second one we got is the Mr. Incredible mistake. All right. What mistake is Mr. Incredible making?
So Mr. Incredible, Mr. Incredible mistake is he never trusts his team.
Right.
So what he did is he locked the kids away in the house in Incredibles 2. And lucky for us, the kids and baby Jack, they got out, they broke out, and they ended up saving the day. So you got to learn that you can trust your team. They're stronger than you think.
Well, I wonder about the team thing. I think that's something that we all experience at work. You know, we always love to think that we're right and we know the answer. How hard is it for people to kind of, you know, close their mouth for a second, listen to other people, because there's good ideas out there, and sometimes it's about looking beyond yourself and looking for those other ideas.
That's right. Like if you're leading the team or you started the business, it's really easy to think, if someone else could do it better than me, they would have started it.
Right.
So we think that we have to be the one doing every single thing.
Right.
Trust your team. They're better than you think, I promise.
So we need to be authentic. We need to listen to others. Let's talk about Ironman, the Ironman Illusion. I like this. Some alliteration here. What's the Ironman Illusion?
Yeah. So the Ironman Illusion. Trying to do an
Great
Iron Man
voice.
face.
Yeah, you're doing well.
Right? So the Iron Man illusion is thinking we always have to have armor on. And
Okay.
we can't show ourselves to be vulnerable, right? Remember in Iron Man 2, I believe it was, he fell down from the sky, crashed, his armor's broken, and he opens up his mask. And for the first time, you see how vulnerable he really is, and he's actually injured. So I say, show people your limp, show people your injuries, right? Show them how vulnerable you really are. You're just a human. We bleed like anyone else.
Well, I think that makes people relatable to other people, and this is the realization that when you kind of get beyond the fact that not everyone's perfect, of course, we all know that, but we often like to think of ourselves as we are, showing that you can actually develop stronger relationships, stronger bonds, and learn a little something along the way.
Yeah, studies are showing now that the number one thing people want is authenticity. They want to know the real story behind the scenes.
All right, let's talk about the hectic Hulk. Busybody.
So my favorite one, well, the hectic Hulk is being too emotional.
Okay.
So you remember like Hulk, smash.
You're good at these things.
Well,
Yes.
I watched a lot of superhero movies. I can tell. And I'll tell you, like Hulk, his number one problem as a leader is too emotional. So he reacts emotionally to every little thing, and he doesn't stop and think things through. So it's impossible for the Hulk, but it's possible for us. So stop and think things through. You'll save a lot of stupid mistakes.
I think that's good not only in the business or interpersonal stuff, entrepreneurship, but also on social media. We lose time trying to get in every little fight. Choose your battles, I guess you could say.
How many times have you seen someone do that? They lose it, and 10 seconds later, they go, oh, why did I say that?
Right,
Leaders
exactly.
can't afford to do that.
Okay, let's get to the last one. The Superman screw-up. What is Superman messing up here?
So, Superman.
you
remember
love
Superman?
this, man. Oh, yeah, for sure. Where's your cape? Let's go.
It's back there somewhere. Yeah, my son still has it. He's 7. He's at home with his Superman cape. Hey, Val. So, so the Superman screw-up is not knowing what your kryptonite is.
Okay.
And every leader has a kryptonite. So is it bad communication? Is it time management? Is it self-doubt? So, like, what's yours?
What's my kryptonite?
What's your kryptonite? We all got
Pizza.
one.
I think I already said it. No, no. I think it's about not willing to take that risk that you need to take sometimes to move forward.
That's a really good piece. So as a leader, instead of doing what Superman does, when you hear kryptonite, no, it falls down, right? What you need to do is say, I need to know my kryptonite, and I need to figure out a way to strengthen myself around it, so I got to work twice as hard.
Right.
Mine's time management. So I know that I need to work twice as hard to get into time, right on time for people.
Those are really good. See, I like putting it in the context of the superheroes. I think that makes it digestible.
Easy to remember.
Also easy to remember and read is the book. Talk us through a little bit about the process, why you decided to write this book.
You know, so I've been an entrepreneur for 12 years. I've been through 4 different businesses, and I vividly remember at 6 years old going to kindergarten, standing behind a big oak tree and seeing all the kids playing and thinking, I don't belong here. And I made the decision right then and there, I got to find a way to be able to fit in. And it turned out entrepreneurship allowed me to bring a vision for people, and they started rallying around the vision. So that's what I've been doing for the last 12 years. And the book is all about what motivates entrepreneurs from the inside out to do the great things they've done.
That's awesome, Matt. You're a superhero in my eyes, right?
Thank you.
All right, thanks so much. All right, so for more information or how to get Matt's book, The Firebox Principle, just head to mattbrauning.com.